everyone, Tactical Safety here again. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my Gen 3 Glock 27 40 cal. I've had this weapon well over 20 years now, and it's time for some new sights because I've already taken the front sight off, which you see is all chewed up and everything, especially from this side. That's from the gun being dropped a few times because I used to carry this as my backup weapon when I was a police officer. I carried it inside my vest, and I would never put the strap over it when it was in there. Then when I would go on the station and take a break, a few times I took my vest off without thinking about the weapon not being strapped in, and it fell out. And a misconception people have about firearms is that the gun will go off when being dropped, like in the movies. No, that's the furthest thing from the truth. I've seen plenty of guns dropped before, and none of them have ever gone off. So with this one, to replace the front sight, it's already removed. But with that, all you do is you take a punch. Take the weapon apart, of course, you disassemble it, and then you punch it out from the inside of the slide. It comes right out. And now, the rear sight, I have this sight removal tool. And instead of using a socket, it's a lot faster. I like working smarter, not harder. So what I do is I put my Makita Impact with, what size socket is this? 16 mil on this right here. And then you're gonna see how it's gonna push the sight off of the slide. There you go. Move this back over here. And now, take it off of here. And you see, the rear sight can be taken off the rest of the way. This thing is all marred up as well. So now we have these really nice tritium night sights. And the thing about these night sights, when you're putting on new sights, you have to use Loctite. I use the red 242 Loctite, and guess what? It happens to come with it, so I don't even have to use mine that I already had sitting around. Because the thing is, this little screw right here is a 3/16 screw. You have to have a Glock sight removal tool, which is basically like this True Glow right here. It's 3/16, but if you use a 3/16 socket, it's going to be way too wide to fit inside the slide right here. So this, all we're going to do is I'm going to take the screw off, remove the screw, like so. And then now what we're going to do is install this on the slide, right where it's supposed to go. And then from here, I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on the thread of the screw. And actually, okay, good, it's open. Put a couple of drops on this, and actually I'm going to use this in case any drips off. There we go. One good size drop on there. Now, I'm going to hold the sight on from the top of the slide here. We're going to turn it like this and line the screw up right here with the hole, and tighten it on. And it's good and tight. You want to make sure, actually the sight needs to be adjusted a tad bit, so I'm going to loosen this bolt just a little bit for a second. Right here, it's perfectly straight. Tighten it up the rest of the way. go. It's perfectly straight on here. Now we're gonna do the rear sight. So what I'm gonna do first is take one of these Q-tips and clean this out a little bit because it's got a little bit of crud in there from the last 20 some years. And that's good. So now what I'm gonna do is get the new rear sight, and I'm gonna put this in from this way. That's as far as I can push it by hand. So now let the tool do the rest of the work. I need to move this over all the way. Just right about here. Lock this in. Now, should go on. And you see how you want to film from back here. You see how the sight is going on now. And you don't want to go too far with it. You want to make sure it's right in the center. So let's move it out a little bit and see where it is. It actually needs to go the other way a little bit. See if that's even now. Oh wait. Yep, perfectly centered. Now slide out, and you see it's perfectly centered. So now we can reassemble the weapon. So to reassemble it, reverse order of course, take the barrel, drop it in, take the guide rod and spring, put it in place, and then you take the whole slide assembly, line it up carefully with the rails, don't just slam it on there, line it up carefully with the rails, from here, the back, and there you go. And then from here, I keep all my firearms chambered. And also another good thing, the Pierce grip right here, this is a +2 extension, y'all. +2 extension for 40 cal, +3 extension for 9mm. So it adds a whole finger grip, because before I had the +1 extension for this, but they came out with the +2 not so long ago, and it's maybe not even a quarter of an inch longer than the +1 extension. So now you see firearm, you see these nice new tritium night sights on here, and there you have it, another flawless install. So remember, like I always say, stay armed, stay vigilant, and stay tactical. We'll see y'all next time.